Hey guys, Anthony here from XXX RC Garage. Today my little segment, I guess you'd call it, is called Robbing Peter to Pay Paul. Now I'm outside my garage, and the reason I am is because it's a mess in there, and I just figured it'd be nicer to be outside, and hopefully it won't rain right now. But anyway, the reason I'm calling it Robbing Peter to Pay Paul is because I got my TRX Sport here, and I love this truck, and I'm not getting rid of this truck. I'm only dismantling it for this reason, is because it's got a motor and ESC in it that I need to use before I go out and purchase one. And the motor and ESC I'm talking about is going to be the Axe system, and it's the one made for crawlers, and I just didn't want to go out and purchase another motor and ESC and it not be what I wanted. So what I'm doing is I'm taking this one out for now and undo all this double sticky tape and cut all these zip ties. But the reason I'm taking it out is because I'm going to be putting it in the new CEN F450. And the reason I say that is, CEN, I don't know why I keep calling it CEN, the CEN F450. And the reason I'm doing this is because, again, like I said, because I don't want to go out and purchase a motor and ESC for this truck and it not work the way I want it to. I think it's going to work fine. And if it does, great. Then what I'll do is later I'll buy a brand new motor and ESC, just put it back in this truck. But for now, I'm going to be dismantling this one to put it into that one. And I'm not downgrading this truck whatsoever. I mean, I love this truck. I think this truck's a great RC. But I do believe right now, also too, I went through some medical issues, and not having a lot of money to go out and blow right now, I'm just going to do it this way. He was trying to sell one of my RC drag cars, but you know, people do what they do, and it didn't get sold. And you know, the guy told me he apologized, he couldn't meet up with me because of work. Well, that's fine, but he's not doing anything about it now. So I think he just changed his mind and just don't want to admit it. Anyway, that's regardless. It's fine. I don't have a problem with that. I mean, understand. I've done that before too. I've got buyer's remorse before I even picked up something. I mean, usually what I end up doing is I end up going ahead and getting it, and just because I didn't want it, I'll turn around and we'll resell it or whatever. But that's okay. I mean, everybody's got their own little things, and you know, maybe that was his, and I understand. I'm not mad at him. I just wish he would have owned up to it, because I had a whole bunch of people who wanted it, and I kept telling it was sold, and then after I did that, now I have nobody who wants it. So it's fine. It's okay. You know, maybe it was a blessing. Maybe I didn't want to really get rid of it, because I mean, I was using it for making content on the channel, and so it is what it is. Cheating using my Milwaukee to remove this. I'm trying to figure out why it felt like it didn't want to come out. It's probably because it's been in there for a while. They even had the cool metal plate for this thing. So I probably am going to drop another motor and ESC in this thing just to have it running, even though it won't be the Axe system, the Hobbywing Axe system, but that's fine. Do that. The only downfall to this whole thing is I gotta take all these screws out to remove these wires. I'm not showing you too much up shot here, but I figured I'd just talk through it right now, and I don't have to worry about showing you every detail. Just some of you guys want. Alright, so got the system out, and you know what I'm probably going to do too, I didn't bring out one of my other receivers, but I do run a Spectrum on this, and I am taking that radio that's in there out. I'm trying to be nice because maybe I'm the only one that's dealing with that issue, but you know, the other day we were trying to run it and it kept like stopping and stalling and stopping and stalling and stalling and stopping, and it was like, what the heck? And then try to put it in reverse and it wouldn't go in reverse, and it was really frustrating. So I'm gonna go ahead and put these screws back where they belong. And I'm doing this with the drill because it's a lot faster and I'm not tightening them up. And then what we're going to do is we're going to dig into the CEN F450 and take it apart. And so I'm going to go ahead and just put this cover back on here. This bad boy out of the way. Now, got my motor plate here, and I don't want to lose it either. So what I'm going to end up doing with that is, I wish all the RCs had this motor plate because it'd be so much simpler to just move it from one to another. And guys, I know that, like, I got my Endura radio, and that thing actually works pretty freaking good for being an RTR. But I will tell you, this Amp 30, I don't like it. This keeps falling out of it. You got to go in reverse. It won't go in reverse right away. It's just a real pain in the rear end, and I don't like it. Alright, so here's my F450. Now, if you watched the last video, you saw that I was having issues with it. Some of them got caught off camera and didn't mean to, just I ended up being too far away when it decided to roll down the hill. And it had my TRX4 Defender / Jeep on there, and yeah. Alright, stand by. Okay. Take the body off. Set it down here. Probably gonna have to do a little editing because my neighbor decided to pull in and he's being noisy. So anyway, I'm gonna go ahead and disconnect the motor wires. Now the reason I'm doing this is because when I was pulling that trailer, which was really heavy, this motor started seizing up. It started slowing down, wouldn't go with a fresh battery. So yeah, so that ended up being an issue. So, and I won't have to use this adapter plug to run my batteries anymore. So let me go ahead, take this cover off. Ooh, that's smaller. Oh wow, it is real small. Okay. So we'll put this away here. And I'm trying to figure out what this thing is sticking out here. Good thing I never ran this thing in any deep water or water, because probably would have flooded out the receiver anyway. Alright, let's see, we can take this cover off. Oh, there's two more screws here. Okay. Oh, this is a cover over the cover. Oh, this is the antenna. Well, two little bitty screws over here, and for they got it double sticky taped. Check that out. And unplug these. I mean, I'm sure CEN didn't realize that radio was going to be that junky, but you know, it is what it is. Alright, now, I'm thinking this is double sticky tape down. I don't see any screws anywhere. So it looks like it is double sticky tape down. I'm just using my body pliers here to remove it. So there it is, removed. And you clean out because there's grass underneath that. Ugh. Looks like the receiver box is double sticky taped down, not even bolted down as well. I'm deciding if I still want to keep using that because my receivers are usually pretty decent. Yeah, we'll see. Alright, let's go ahead and take out this motor. And looks like it's going to be a 2mm. And it is. And this is going to be fun. Use my handle. Take this screw out. Let me turn this around so you can see it. Came back, repositioned my camera. My neighbors, someone was picking the other one, and they were doing a lot of talking, so I decided to stop the video and wait. I already undid this screw here, but I'm noticing I can't get to the bottom one because of the motor cover, and I don't know how he did this. Am I supposed to take the transmission out? Oh, man. Do not want to do this. Looks like I'm stuck doing it. Yeah, I might as well use a drill, be a little quicker. So I got to remove the 4 screws underneath here. Dirt falling out of this thing. Maybe a good thing I am taking it off, I guess. Set you down. Alright, so interesting. Alright, I got that one out. Alright, so I don't want to get these dog bones mixed up. I'm just going to put them back in place. So yeah, see there was a screw here that was deep underneath this motor plate, and that's why I couldn't take it apart. Well, good to know if I'm in the middle of a competition, which I hope I'm not in a competition with this, that I would have to tear down the whole truck just to get a motor replaced. Alright, so I got the cover off. Ooh, this is a metal gear. There's a slipper clutch and metal gear, and it's all metal, looks like here. And that's a 10 tooth. Let me see what I got on this one here. The numbers I want on the inside, but that's okay. Set that back down for now. And I guess we'll take the motor out. see what time it is. Oh, we're good time-wise. Alright. It doesn't smell burned up, so I don't think I took it that far, but this thing really was hating it pretty bad. We'll set that over there. Ooh, come back here. So, just learned that this rear dog bone assembly thingy comes out, so be careful you don't lose these. They both move. Clean this off a little bit over here. And let me see. Alright, let's see what we get out of this. Loosen both sides up. And tighten both sides down. Same thing with this side here. Now let's see what we got out of this. Nice and tight. Sorry for the interruption, but that actually took out the play, so oh my gosh. These are a pain in the butt. Put these back in place. So we can get this transmission bolted back up now. Seems like they could have put the motor that way you could do your plate, your cover. Okay, let's see if I can get this bolted back up. Now you notice I didn't put the cover on here because I'm probably gonna have to modify that. I can't stand having to take everything apart just to do one thing. So sure CEN's a good company and they've done a lot of stuff, but that's the first time I've dealt with them and never bought their trucks before. And you know, I had to get this one on my own. They didn't send it to me, so I'm not being poo-hoo about that. I'm just letting you know that I'm going to give you an honest opinion about things on here, and if you guys are CEN product fan people and get mad about it, I'm sorry. I'm just going to tell you straight up what I like, what I dislike. Alright, so I got the transmission back bolted up. Now, to get this to work on here, I'm probably going to have to trim it. But I'm not going to worry about that right now until I get this thing running properly. And I might end up putting the ESC right here. Let's see, will my wire make it to the receiver? Yes. So I'm going to move, instead of putting it here, I'm going to put it there. And then I'll figure out the receiver box because I want to keep clear of this. I want to be able to operate this properly. So, and of course, after I remove this off of something else, I got to clean off the double sticky tape. And let's see if I can get lucky to remove it this way. Ooh. It's working. Ah, nice, came off. And I got my 3M. The 3M tape and my knife. Try to cut myself. here. What is this thing doing? Okay. Put this one here like this. And since I ended up cutting two off, put the other one over here. It should be plenty big. Nice and sticky right on there. And then we can zip tie that down on the chassis. I'm done. And we'll run this and zip tie to the chassis for the new receiver. Forgot about the black. It's all black here, so well, let's see what happens. Make sure I got it on the right one. Just take this out of this cover for now. And we'll do the steering. Oh yeah, you know what? I should know this. Pull this back out. I think I got it on right. Running good. Steering's working good. So we're good. So let me go ahead and unplug this and turn off my radio. Now that we've done that, we need to make this thing fit in here perfectly, like zip tie these, also the wires here, and I'm thinking about removing this front plate here that holds all the accessories because I'm using the rear now. And make sure that this looks okay, that looks good. I think everything's fine now. So what I'm going to do is zip tie all these wires down. And I think I'm just going to double sticky tape my off and on switch here, or either on the side of the battery box or the side of the ESC, probably the battery box. So I'll have that over here. And I want to put this cover back on. I thought by removing that plate I was going to be able to, but apparently you can't, and I don't really want to damage the what do you call it, I don't want to cut this, because if I cut this, then trash is going to get up inside this thing, and went through that once before with a axle, and I don't want to damage it. So I'm going to have to put this cover in here. Wish they hadn't done this. That means I got to take the transmission back out, or at least loosen it, to get this to work. So it is what it is. So let me loosen the trans up. So the transmission is moving now, as you can see here. It moves around. We'll get this cover back on here. We don't want to take the whole thing apart. What the heck is going on here? Good. I'm probably just going to use one screw, but I just didn't want to have to take the whole thing off again. Go ahead and tighten my transmission screws back up. Here you gotta be careful, because looks like to me. Transmission's got plastic housing to it. Let me go ahead and get this. Now let me see where I'm going to put the receiver yet. I may just put the receiver on top to double sticky it on top of the ESC. Maybe. A lot of dirt and dust in this thing. Or maybe I'll just put this back on here. I don't know. It's like I kind of want to do that, but at the same time, it's like I don't want to deal with taking it off and on. And I'm starting to feel weather sprinkles here. Yeah. Take this off for a second. It wasn't supposed to rain till 3 o'clock today. I figure I got lucky. I could do what I need to do today. But I'm looking at a lot of dark clouds right now. So, yep. Put this cover back on. I think the one screw is going to be plenty to keep trash out of there. Yeah, it seems pretty tight. I'm just going to leave it like that. Hey guys, well, here's what happened. It started raining. Ground's wet. But I did get the truck finished and I got everything tied down correctly. I wanted to do a test run to show you guys this. I guess I can run it out there. I mean, it's just wet, and I'll let it dry in the garage here. So, stand by, and I'll shoot some video out there in the weather. Look at this, guys, reverse.